in the healthcare industry, we are horrible at calling family members and communicating. I mean,
because you're doing the job.
We're doing
right?
the job.
Yeah.
You know, we're taking care of people, and with the limited resources we don't have the money to hire somebody just going to call and give updates, right? So you have to be creative in that process to get your team all on the same page, and the patient, you know, so they know what their plan of care is, and also with the family members that, you know, need to know. You know, we take care of a lot of patients who, you know, have some cognition, you know, they might have dementia or something like that. And so you have very involved family members or power of attorneys that need to be aware. And a lot of times, you know, family members, they get together and they are kind of doing that collaboratively as well. And so sometimes you'll talk an hour on the phone with, you know, a daughter, and then the son will call, you know. It's like, you know.
So you're managing not just multiple conversations, you're managing markedly different personalities at this point, because the son and the daughter may come at you in totally different ways.
Right. Yeah. And it could be, hey, you know, mom's communicated to us that, you know, she wants to go on hospice, right? So that's a totally different change of care, but maybe, you know, you have a family member who's not on board with that, and then coming in and they're not on the same page with that. And so that kind of throws a wrench into the whole direction until you kind of get everyone on the same page, right? I mean, you're talking about end of life choices, and some family members are just not ready to move on down that path. And anyway, that's just an example, but communication is a huge thing. And my boss, he says, we always score an F on communication anywhere you go. Like, it doesn't matter if it's our facility or any facility, like, communication is a key thing, but we're scoring an F all the time because there's just not, you know, been a great tool to do that.
I think a lot of people in the industry would agree that communication is the biggest gap. And when you think about it, I like how you referenced your boss, but when you think about who your boss is, you have multiple bosses, don't you? You've got multiple people that you're juggling. You know, if you're taking care of Sally and she has 5 kids that are watching after her care, you now have 6 bosses right there that you have to answer to and you have to give updates to. I mean, how do you do that?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. So typically what we would do is, if we have a big, you know, meeting, what we'll do is try to have a conference call.
Sure.
And we invite everyone that can come, but everyone's on different schedules and
maybe even different time zones.
Exactly. Yep. So that can always be a challenge, you know, trying to sync up everybody's schedule. And so it's just, this is the time that we're available to do it, and whoever can come. And then they try to disperse again, playing that telephone game, you know, where they're not directly hearing it from our care team. Maybe it's, you know, they're hearing it from a sister and then hearing it from some, you know, so there is a message that gets lost. And a lot of times we get other phone calls to clarify things as well.
It's amazing what happens when information gets diluted over time, right?
Oh, yeah. That telephone game is a true thing that happens in the world. And honestly, I think that communication breakdown could, you know, you could probably look at it being as one of the #1 killers in healthcare. You know, if we don't understand fully what we're supposed to do, or, you know, a doctor's order gets garbled somehow in that communication breakdown, you could lose lives.
Yeah.